Started by a North Carolina resident, is calling for a national holiday to honor evangelist Reverend Billy Graham. So far, this petition has more than 90,000 signatures. Once it has 100,000, the supporters say they will notify elected officials to consider drafting a bill to make Billy Graham's Day a national holiday. 7 News reporter Kimberly Brown is joining us live in the newsroom right now with a look at this process. Kim?
You know, the Congress has already established 11 federal permanent holidays. The first one in 1870. The last one came about in 1983 when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was created. The process in establishing a holiday isn't difficult, so a Billy Graham Day could be possible.
Change.org is an online community created to help people start petitions for change. After Billy Graham's death, a petition to create a national holiday in his honor took off. The goal, 150,000 signatures. However, some speculate that this petition may raise concerns about separation of church and state. While Dr. King was an ordained Baptist minister, he's viewed more as a civil rights leader than a religious figure. And after 15 years of petitions and votes, eventually 2/3 of Congress and President Reagan's signature established the King National Holiday in 1983. Neither Congress nor the president has the authority to individually declare a national holiday that would be binding to every state. Each state actually decides what holidays they'll observe.
And national holidays were initially created to benefit both the spiritual and the economic life of the nation. Well, the president can declare a one-time federal holiday anytime he likes by issuing an executive order to that effect. That declaration is not a reoccurring event.
So, Kimberly, what's the feel from the political community on this? Obviously, it would take politicians lining up to support something like this beyond just all the signatures. Anybody talking about that yet?
Well, as we know, Billy Graham was able to cross lines, political lines, economic lines, racial lines. A lot of people are in favor for it. As far as what they'll do behind closed doors when they get into the conversations, we don't know as of yet, but a lot of politicians and even a lot of voters are in favor of having some kind of day to observe the man that they consider America's pastor.
All right, Kim, thank you.